Hi there Scorpio, I'm EllaAradia and welcome to your October 2025 Psychic Tarot reading. This reading is for my Scorpio water signs, where we'll be exploring the overall energies and themes for the month ahead, as well as taking a deeper dive into how these might be playing out for you in your life. This is a general reading. It's going to resonate a little bit differently for all of you. But what I do find is there's always a shared theme that runs through the collective of all of you Scorpio signs. So take what feels aligned to you and just leave the rest. And before we jump in, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who are supporting my channel by liking and subscribing. So if you enjoyed this reading and you haven't already done that, please do. It helps the channel out a lot. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and then you can get notified when the next videos are up. So Scorpio, let's jump in. I always like to just tune into the energies a little bit first before I start pulling cards, Scorpio. I feel like this might be a month of facing fears and insecurities. That's the first thing I'm seeing. Could be a little bit of a challenging time for you. But what I'm seeing is there is some kind of new opportunity. It could be a new career opportunity. For some of you, it's a new love that's come in. You know, someone that's recently come into your life. And to me, it feels like it is something healthy and fulfilling for you. And what I'm feeling in you, Scorpio, is your guard is up. And whatever this new opportunity or this new chapter is, new beginning, I definitely feel that it's bringing up, you know, some fears and insecurities. And there is an invitation here from the universe to really have a look at that this month, to look at what might be holding you back from stepping into or embracing something that is actually going to bring you that happiness and fulfillment, because that's really what is at stake here. So you may be at quite a significant crossroads right now. And what I just keep hearing here, Scorpio, is this is not a repeat of the past. You know, whatever experiences have gone before, whatever challenges have gone before, whatever is broken down, this is something different. This is the universe bringing you in an opportunity, you know, for something healthy. But it may involve that you have to, you know, do a little bit of work on yourself and a little bit of healing and face those fears and insecurities in order to be able to actually step into this. So with your overall energies, we have the Magician, a card of potential. So whatever this is the potential that I'm talking about. And the Magician comes in always as a reminder that you actually do have everything that you need in order to create what you want to create in life, you know, particularly in terms of career. For some of you, I feel like this is like really significant in terms of, you know, stepping into your life purpose somehow. And, you know, lots of fears can kind of come up in those moments around, you know, not feeling good enough, afraid to be seen, or afraid to be, you know, out there expressing your true self in that way. And in terms of love, you know, those fears could be more related to, you know, not feeling good enough in some way, afraid to be seen again, afraid to open your heart. You know, fears of what has gone before happening again is what I'm hearing. So what lies in your recent past is death. Very much a card of transition. So to me it feels like something in your past has, come to a close, broken down. It can also represent the shedding of old versions of yourself, old layers of ourselves that might be holding us back in some way. But it's a card of growth. It's a necessary change, a card of transition, which ultimately, moves you into a place of more potential with that magician there. So your current energy is the Three of Pentacles. This is the fear that I'm feeling for you, whether that's career and it's about getting yourself out there, connecting to others, and, sharing your gifts. And of course, to share what you have to offer, you have to be able to own that and not be afraid for that to be seen. And in terms of love, whoever this new person is that's come into your life, the invitation here is, to really come together as a team and build something as a team for the future, and being able to embrace the connection in that reciprocal energy. Because whoever this person is, I really do feel like they want to, love and nurture you. They're looking at the long term here. They want to build something with you. And I just feel that your guard's up. You're protecting your heart here, Scorpio. But the danger is, getting stuck in that and continuing to perhaps repeat the patterns of the past. Which, when I feel into it, none of it really led to that deeper fulfillment and happiness for you. So your feelings towards your situation, the Ace of Wands. So there is an openness, you're not completely closed off there. An invitation, I feel, to, really follow that creative flow, to follow your heart. And to be open to it. The most important thing is being willing to be open to something. And what lies in your challenge, Judgment, your hidden influence, the Hermit. You're being asked to grow here, Scorpio. And, with the energies of the Hermit as the hidden influence, this is about learning from the past. The Hermit is an energy which has a lot of life experience. And through all of those different experiences, there is a wisdom that's gained. And with the Judgment in the challenge position, I feel like this is where you're getting stuck. It's a call to accountability and looking at perhaps your part to play in the experiences that you've had, and really looking at, what is it in you that's no longer, leading you where you want to be. What is it in you that's holding you back, limiting you? And really learning from that so that we can move forwards in a different way. Because Judgment is a card of a life review. And it is about sometimes letting go of the past and making peace with that. I keep feeling some sadness and pain here when I'm feeling into that. There may have been, some challenging times in love for you where there's been heartbreak, there's been pain. But I do feel like you're being asked to kind of make peace with that and let that go. because if we get stuck in that for too long, it does, can stop us from, embracing, something new and something healthy. But that's going to involve, doing that work, like I talked about earlier, Scorpio, about going within and doing that inner work and acknowledging perhaps some challenging emotions or negative limiting beliefs, and taking responsibility, for your part to play in, what has gone down in your past. And with your advice from the universe, the Two of Cups. So in terms of love, whoever this new person is, this is soulmate energy. And this is a card of, it speaks of these deep connections which are built on, mutual trust, balanced energies of masculine and feminine. And so whoever this person is, they definitely feel like a significant connection to me, and there is this invitation for you to embrace that. And soulmates, they come into our lives for many different reasons. We can have many different soulmates, not only one. And sometimes it is, this beautiful love story, but a lot of the time we're actually, teaching each other to learn certain soul lessons and to grow in some way. And that definitely feels that that's very much part of this for you, because in order to have, this kind of connection, it does involve doing that healing and that inner work on ourselves in order to be able to embrace that, Scorpio. And for those of you that this relates to career, this is about, getting yourself out there with the Three of Pentacles, networking, connecting to others, sharing your gifts, letting go of doubts and insecurities. And by doing that, connecting with opportunities, possibilities which your soul is really in alignment with. And what lies in your outcome, we have the Five of Swords. Sometimes a card of conflict, can be conflict around you, can be conflict inside of you. But to me, I feel like this is a message, especially in the outcome position, around cutting ties with, people, places, situations which, are unhealthy for you in some way. Cutting ties with the past. Letting go of what no longer serves you, and, really making peace with the past, because there is a big invitation here to, really step into, a new version of yourself here, Scorpio. And that's really what I feel the message of this card is. And not being afraid to do that. It's a little bit like the figures lying on the ground in the card here. Cutting ties with who or what no longer serves you, or what actually might be holding you back at this point, from the potential here that, I feel the universe has really just brought in for you. So Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, no matter what comes through in a reading, moving forwards, always trust what feels right for you. So thanks so much for being here, and I wish you a great month ahead.